Today we're going to talk about 4 shoulder exercises that you should be doing to keep your shoulders healthy and balanced. It's important, if you're looking to avoid shoulder pain, that you have balanced strength throughout your shoulder muscles. The most common areas that get weak are your rhomboids, your serratus anterior, your low trap, and your mid trap. If you take the time to focus on keeping those strong, then what will happen is you will avoid developing shoulder impingement, rotator cuff issues, labral tears, things like that that can get in the way of your training. So what we're going to do today is talk about 4 movements that you should be focused on that will help to avoid the injury bug. The first exercise we're going to talk about is a Serratus wall slide. So the way this works is you're going to have a foam roller and you need a wall. You'll be facing the foam roller. You'll start at about eye level with the foam roller, and the wrist joint is going to be sitting right up against it, just like that. You're going to lean into the wall, and then you're going to push your shoulder blades in toward the wall, almost like you're trying to round your shoulders. You're going to hold that position and raise up the wall. Now you're not going to be able to get all the way up there if you're holding that position appropriately, because what will happen is you'll lose the upward rotation. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you stay tight into that position, roll up the wall, and if you're doing it correctly, you'll feel something down in this area, some muscles working. If you're doing it wrong, then you'll feel everything up top. You're basically going to start here, go up, hold, back down. We're shooting for about 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Do this exercise daily, add it into your routine to help avoid shoulder injuries. The next movement you should be incorporating into your training is what's called a Scap Pool. The way this movement works is you're going to need a pull-up bar, and then your hands are going to be holding onto it. You're going to let yourself kind of come to a dead hang, so you're just literally hanging from that bar, and then you're going to just use your scapula and engage your lats and pull up. That's it. A lot of times this is done as part of the initiation training for a pull-up, but the key muscles that are targeted here are your lat and then also your low trap muscle, both of which can help anchor the scapula and provide scapular stability. This is a really important movement to do, so don't skip this one. You want to build up to about 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps, so lots of endurance for this. Not only is it going to help your pull-ups, but it's going to help you avoid the shoulder injury bug. This next movement we're going to talk about is a reverse fly. The key muscle groups that we're going to look to target here are your posterior delt and then also your mid-trap. The way that it works is you're going to try to get as close to parallel as you can with the ground. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want to get as close as you can. And then you're going to have your thumbs pointed toward the ceiling, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So again, we're hitting that posterior delt, but getting mid-trap entails that key squeezing part. So just make sure you get a good squeeze, you come all the way back down, and you repeat this movement. So we're going to do this here with 10s. You'll be here in this position. You're going to bend forward, try to get as close to parallel as you can, and then thumbs up toward the ceiling, and then you're squeezing those scapula together and working those posterior delts as well. You're shooting for 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Again, another high rep movement, but it's going to help you build that posterior chain. All those muscles back there are endurance type muscles, so the higher repetitions is going to help bulletproof you from shoulder pain in the future. The last movement that we're going to go over is the upside down farmer carry, but it's overhead. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a kettlebell, and then you're going to press it overhead. Kettlebell is going to be upside down, so the bell part's going to be facing up. It's going to challenge your shoulder stability because your shoulder is going to want to do this. Your goal is to try to stabilize that kettlebell as best as you can. One of the most common areas that people go wrong during this movement is they'll get here and they'll just kind of let their shoulders sag. What you want to do is you want to punch up toward the ceiling, maintain an active shoulder as you're completing the movement. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your kettlebell, you're going to hold it just like this, you're going to press it up, and then holding that position, active shoulder, punching toward the ceiling, and you're going to walk with it. Walking about 15 to 20 feet for 2 to 3 sets usually is good enough. Start with a weight that is challenging, but it's not too hard for you to complete. And if you incorporate all these exercises in together and you're doing them on a regular basis, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, then what will happen is you'll have these nice strong shoulders that will be bulletproofed for injury.